Well, I'll be turning 40 years old soon. Won't be long. I'll be crossing over that hump. And I got to be honest with you guys. The worst part would be looking back on how much time that I spent working on building something good, only to see it disappear so very quickly. And a scenario, a life-changing event that I didn't really see happening. But I guess it just goes to show you got to be prepared for anything and everything. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. My name's Kevin. Kevin in all caps, youtube.com/@Kevin247. Appreciate you guys joining me again. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, a fantastic day. I'm hoping that this can be a learning experience that we can build from and move on to something better as a result. And I got to be honest with you guys. There's no great answer or explanation as to why either. I really don't know. I really don't know what really caused this to happen. Now, I uploaded a video just the other day where I was sharing with you that I had family who would accept me and allow me to have a place to stay until I get back on my feet. I'm very thankful and very grateful and very fortunate, because I know not everybody is in the same situation. And for some, it'll be a lot more difficult, a lot more challenging to recover after such a stressful situation. Literally can take years off your life. Not that anybody knows predetermined how many years they have to begin with, but you got to imagine that going through something so traumatic, so devastating, could potentially have lasting impacts. And not to get thrown off or on a sidebar tangent, but if you could have the answer and know how much time you had, would you want to know? Like, would you want to know at like a young age that, you know, how much time you had? Would that make you do things differently? And I also uploaded a video yesterday that showed Michelle and the kid and me out boating in Destin Harbor, around Noriego Point, the East Pass jetties, and Crab Island. Might have been the Gulf. We were all over the place yesterday. It started out very early day. We did some work here. We got some videos done and uploaded. Responded to some comments, just the normal stuff. Then we packed up, managed to squeeze everything into the Porsche Macan, which I'm very happy that I have that vehicle. It's very useful, has a lot of utility. It's, a little bit of a Tetris game, but I was actually thinking about adding a Thule roof rack to it and getting a cargo box or a basket just to add to that, because it's a very well-rounded vehicle. But we made it work. We left here, ended up going to Chick-fil-A to get breakfast, and then we went over and headed over to Fort Walton to the marina to pick up the boat. We ended up taking out a Zodiac NX 680, I believe. I think it was a 680. And I can't remember if it had a Yamaha or a Mercury motor on it. Might have been a Suzuki. Nonetheless, fuel prices were a little higher yesterday compared to other days. So we ended up spending about $60 in fuel yesterday. But we were out from about 9:30, 10 till maybe 3:34, if I had to guess, maybe 5. I really don't remember what time we got back, but we were out for a while. We had a few high-speed runs, a little bit of cruising, and then, we dropped anchor a few different times and just beached, hung out, listened to music, talked. I think talking is very important. Afterwards, we came back. The kid wanted Starbucks, so we ended up going to Starbucks. She wanted to order some special drink that she saw on TikTok somewhere. She was really excited. She enjoyed it. She liked it. Michelle, she ended up getting her matcha, or special matcha with 3 pumps of vanilla and I believe strawberry puree. And I chose not to get anything. Not that I didn't want it, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to save some money and make better use of this caffeine and infusion. And when I got back here, I actually just grabbed a half a scoop of Ghost pre-workout, put it in a water bottle, and just drank that. And I was wide awake after that point. I was up till probably midnight, maybe 1 a.m. And then I was back up again this morning at 5:30. But I don't really sleep past 5:30 or 6 anyway. That's just how my body works. However, on YouTube, I got to tell you guys, what you see on these videos are only a small glimpse and edited clips of what really happens, like real life, what real life actually is or isn't. I saw a video yesterday of a guy, and he was pointing out how all these influencers are all mega rich. And he showed one, and she's a young girl, super young teenager. She had a private jet, or at least it appears as though she had a private jet on social media. But what she had was a little made up mock fuselage studio that appeared to be a private jet for photograph and video purposes. And it was just an arts and craft project, a DIY project that, anybody can do in their backyard if they wanted to, maybe even in their living room, or a spare bedroom or something, bonus room, basement. And, he went through a lot of different strategies and techniques that, YouTube doesn't really show you the truth, depending on what that truth could be. Like, there was once a girl, and her name was All In with Ari, I think, and she made everybody believe that she was homeless and living, solo female living in her car. And apparently that wasn't true, or not necessarily true, or whatever. And she started grifting folks for money and things like that. And eventually she got ostracized. I think she just disappeared off the platform altogether. She might be on Passes or OnlyFans now. I don't really know, but she's just out there trying to get paid. And man, there was another. Oh, I saw a guy in Atlanta, and interestingly enough, young man. I'll use the term loosely, and he's throwing me off because I can tell that he's intelligent. I can tell that he's smart, but I can also tell that he's very young and naive and essentially stupid. And he's been arrested multiple times, and he's using these arrests to create content, but it's ruining his life. And he's trying to build up a name, a brand, a reputation, clout based on a car, and a popular car that is already negatively viewed in the eyes of the police. The police, when they see certain cars, like when I was growing up, it was Hondas. Hondas were notorious, but it could be a Honda, it could be vehicles with really dark tinted windows. There's certain vehicles, Mustangs, they fall into this category. They get labeled, and some of them fly under the radar. I like the ones that fly under the radar. But like a Hellcat is like a dead giveaway, especially in Atlanta. And the police are actually, and this isn't the only instance. I saw another guy. His name was Kevin. I don't remember his channel name, but his name was Kevin. Maybe Von something or Kevin Van something. And he got his house. His house was raided, all because of videos being posted on YouTube and posted on social media that depict certain events, certain things, certain illegal activities. And this goes beyond cars. It can go up to the ATF as well. ATF throwing people in jail, in federal prison. But whether it's real or not, people are viewing it and looking at it, and they're making a decision based on what they see or what they don't see. I've even seen instances where people created content to appear as though they were minimalist, living a minimalistic lifestyle. And it was all a front. They just chose a corner of their house that they removed everything from and just spoke softly and slowly and, upped the white balance on their camera and was like, we don't need anything, making gobs of money. But either way, Michelle and I, we had a long talk today, and she essentially laid it out plain. There was no misinterpretation of what she was saying, and she was very clear, very specific. She told me I had to make a choice. But the worst part about it all is trying to figure yourself out again, okay? Especially if you kind of figured yourself out, but now you got to figure yourself out again. That's probably the worst part about it. Because who you once were isn't going to be who you are anymore moving forward. You're going to have to change. You are inherently going to be different. There's no other way. And, getting over the hump of people saying things like, you used to be so happy. What happened? And, I thought everything was great. I thought everything was fine. I never knew there was a problem. I never knew there was ever a problem. Well, sometimes, things can appear a certain way, or, we put on a front or a show, or, wear a mask or whatever it may be, just to, get by, not have to deal with the weight that you carry all the time, and then, get the empathy and sorrow from others if you were to reveal it, or maybe, they turn their back on you and they're like, whoa, I don't want to have anything to do with you if you have problems, because, I got my own problems. I don't want to have anything to do with you if you got your problems too. I can't take that. It's one of those times where you kind of get emotional. You feel it right here, that knot in your throat. Your eyes start watering up. But either way, then, you got to realize that you got to start over. You got to start all over again and try to build up a new you, a new image from essentially nothing. And that is quite hard to do, folks. Money, of course, will be a challenge and a focus at the same time, which almost makes it kind of hard. Like, you're focused on it, but you're trying to focus on something else, but you're focused on the money or the loss of money, or, running out of money, where, you got to think she's going to end up taking most of it, if not all of it in the end. I mean, just think about it. She'll probably end up with most, if not all. Right? I mean, wouldn't you agree? But I just got to find a way to manage. Find a way to get by. Where there's a will, there's a way. I don't want this video to make it seem like I'm searching for pity or want anyone to feel sorry for me, because that is entirely not the case. I'm a grown man, and I got myself into this mess, and I just got to figure out a way to get myself out. Now, I will say that having you all here to talk to helps a lot, more than you could imagine. And I I would think that not having someone to talk to, someone who will listen to you, would possibly be the worst part. And I've been encouraged to talk more. So maybe not on here as far as everything that would want to be shared that may not necessarily be suitable for public consumption. But a lot of you have already joined over on Patreon, and we've been discussing these things back and forth, sharing our experiences, sharing our stories and yours to help each other grow, recover, improve, do better, survive, smile, laugh, be happy, even at a time like this. But yeah, I would think that not having someone to talk to, someone who will listen to you, would be the worst part. So, thanks for listening.